I'm live. Welcome. I'm sitting here. I've got, as usual, I have your camera for you YouTubers, and I've got your camera for the Facebookers. And I'm my own engineer. I'm my own grandpa. Was that a song? I'm afraid I don't want to look too deeply into that. I'm going to now get over here, put this where the bass is. And YouTube folks, please send a text so I can respond to you and say hello and all that stuff. Because you've got your little text thing, and I can see it right there. It's right off to my left, and I can look at it. I get all distracted by it. It's great. I don't remember any of the lyrics to the songs because there's so much going on. Steve Goldberg, welcome back, Steve. Ron Wasserman. Ron, should I tell him? I'm going to tell him. Ron, I'm going to tell him about my trip to the Nutcracker Suite. Did I ever tell you about that? They must have told you about that. It wasn't really a great success, Ron. Ron Wasserman, I'm proud to say, studied bass with me. He's now the principal bassist of the New York Ballet, which of course is not working, like nothing else is. But he's a wonderful bassist, and he one time decided he would send me into the to sub in the New York Ballet Orchestra, Nutcracker Suite. It was. Well, the music was number one. I could barely read the music. It was so old, and everybody in the orchestra knew the music by heart. And they've only played it all their lives, and I've never played it. And I sat there in this big, long bass section, and I'm going, what are you doing? Where? You never saw a professional orchestra. I've never seen a professional orchestra with a bass player who was just struggling to find out where are we now? What was that, a coda? So forth. It was the longest night of my life playing these Nutcracker Suite. Now there's a song. There's a song. Why I didn't write about that, because it was astounding. Let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know. So I will tell you as we settle into place, it's impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. I've practiced, but it will not mean a thing, because it's impossible to play the bass and sing. You see, the bass is fretless, it's not like a guitar. On bass you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. Then when you start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind, and the notes on bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines, of chords, is no less a miracle than Lord's. You know what? I got to stop right now, because what I forgot to do for the YouTuber, for the Facebook, last night I forgot to turn on the Wi-Fi. Excuse me. This has to happen. I've got to turn the Wi-Fi on YouTube, folks. So just a minute. Bear with me. I got to turn it on because it really works so much better. The sync is better. Okay, Wi-Fi on. Turn it on. James's Wi-Fi. Come on. Pop in there. That's good. I was amazed that it actually. Trying to reconnect. No, no, no. Delete. Delete video. Yes, delete video. I'll be right back. Call your friends on Facebook and tell them I'll be right back. I messed up. Come on now, let's go. Come on. Let me see. Now I gotta get the what can I help you with? You can help me by going away. Thank you. Thank you, Siri. Facebook. Oh Lordy, Lordy help me. Everything but what I want. I'll be right back, Facebookers. Okay, Facebook. Ta-da! Live. Ta-da! We're back. And now but we had so much fun while you were gone. You can't imagine what the things that happened while you were. We gave you your little share to what group? Tag friends. Sure. Tag friends. All right. Oh no, I can't do that. That's wrong. See what they got me. Bo Leonhart. Hi, Bo. I just had a disaster. I had to listen. I got to get. This has got to start. I got to start the show properly because I forgot last night. I forgot to put Facebook on the what do you call it, on the Wi-Fi, and it was transmitting strictly over telephone lines, and it did a good job. But I think the sync was off, and I don't know whether I'm still backwards today. If I'm playing bass left-handed, you know that this is backwards. Where was I? Excuse me. By the way, I had a bold and daring day today. I went to the park. My wife and I went down to the park. We walked over there. Everybody's being very careful. And we met my daughter, Carolyn, and my grandson, Vaughn. They came over. But of course, they rode their bikes down from 152nd Street. And we had to stay 6 feet apart, and we did. But it was great to see them. I haven't seen them in a week. And we see them all the time. Let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know. So I will tell you as we settle into place. It's impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people. You deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. I practiced, but I will not be the thing, because it's impossible to play the bass and sing, sing, sing. You see, the bass is fretless. It's not like a guitar. On bass, you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just a fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. Are not there. And then when you start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind, and the notes on bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines, and chords is no less a miracle than the Lord's woo, 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 woo. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember this is serious, remember this is art. Remember this or I will fall apart. Then I'd have to pray to God to come and intercede. And she'd only sit and laugh at my wanton greed. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. And she knows it's impossible to sing and play the bass. I know, I hear it. Anybody on YouTube yet? YouTubers, send your messages. I wonder why nobody's on YouTube tonight. Everybody's on Facebook. Oh, you know why? I just found I've been sending it to the wrong group. on Facebook. I have one, you know, are you like me? Well, I don't guess, but I end up starting a new Facebook channel or thing without knowing I've done it. Then all of a sudden, all my friends that I had have disappeared because I'm no longer contacting them. Then the other day, last night, I found out I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. So I sent them a little note, and now they're just clamoring over here. Let me see. Or semi-clamoring, let's put it that way. Ron Vince is not clamoring. He's drinking wine right now. He's having a good time. He's singing. I wonder if I can remember the very first song I ever wrote. The first song I wrote. And it was a complicated one. It set me off on a complicated path because it was about a guy who escaped from the Baltimore City jail. And my father took me downtown to see the little hole that he had dug out of the jail under the moat. It had a moat. It was like an old castle. I mean, really an old jail. And into the yard where he escaped. And I don't know why my father took me to see that. I'm not sure. Anyway, see, I sung it for so long, and I haven't now sung it in a year and a half. But I'm sure I'll remember every word of it. This is a story about a man named Henry, a tale I know to be true, about a man going stale in a city jail. Decided that his prison days were through. 5 years before Henry robbed the store, he got 10 to 20 years and no parole. On one cold November night, Henry finally saw the light and decided to dig himself a hole. But Henry didn't have no shovel, had to steal himself a tablespoon. Started digging on the 3rd of November, stopped digging on the 3rd of June, cause it was 99 feet on the thick concrete. Spooning and scratching away, I dark down there, that old coal mine that never saw the light of day. Henry stepped up his bed so it looked like his head, and his body wasn't laying down at night. Now when the guard checked himself, he knew damn well that was Henry and they're sleeping tight. But every night he dropped out of sight, down a hole he dug in the floor. It was under the bed and down through the tunnel to where it stopped the night before. Henry spooned out some dirt, then he wrapped it in his shirt, and he dragged it on back to his cell. I lived by the little, wash it on down the sink, and then he rest his weary body for a spell, cause it was 99 feet under thick concrete, moving slower than a snail. But every night while the warden slept tight, little Henry was escaping from jail. Finally one summer morning, the papers had a story to tell about a model prisoner named Henry, who was not to be found in his cell. Henry didn't show at work that morning or at mess that afternoon, and all they found was a 99-foot tunnel and an old tablespoon. The paper showed a picture that morning. Papers showed a picture that morning of the warden looking mighty pale. Seems he never figured on the day anybody digged his way out to Baltimore City jail, cause it was 99 feet under thick concrete with nothing but a tablespoon. Worked knocked down, started digging on the 3rd of November, stopped digging on the 3rd of June. Started digging on the 3rd of June. Unfortunately, there's more to my story. Henry was like me and you. His tongue got to wagging and he got to bragging about what he'd done. Soon everybody knew. The warden's boys heard all of Henry's noise and they threw him on back in a cell. This time they gave him the penthouse apartment because they learned their lesson well. And they finally made parole, he could dig another hole. And finally made parole, he could dig another hole. And these days he's finally free. But he left a legend and a tunnel behind him, and they're both as real as they could be, because that was 99. That's not the cough of death. That's my dinner. I had some corn, a little bit of seasoning. I'm not going to, no, don't call it. It doesn't matter if you call it ambulance anyway. Because it was 99 feet on the concrete, spooling and scratching away. Hey, a darker down there than an old coal mine. The never saw the light of 99 feet on the concrete, moving slower than a snail. But every night while the ward slept tight, little Henry was escaping. Boom, a little Henry was escaping. Boom, little Henry was escaping from jail, 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 jail. Okay, I try to get through these things without stopping, but something always happens. I'll let you know when it's the wrong kind of cough. I'll be the first person to let you know. Boy, the bass looks pretty in this picture on Facebook. Look at this. Here's a view you don't get too often. I'll show it to the YouTubers too. Oh, don't worry, it's all. No, you can't see it as well like this, but they can see the Facebook cameras much. It's close. Oh, look, there's all kinds of people tuning on Facebook too. So anyway, that was a little Henry and with a cough interlude. Oh, Bill Crow tunes in regularly to this. Thank God. God bless him. He's been giving me information about the Laughing in Rhythm, which was with not Tiny Grimes. Laughing in Rhythm with oh, I've forgotten both their names. Oh, I think it was Tiny Grimes, who was a guitar player, I guess, for Art Tatum. Slim and Slam. Slam Stewart and Slim Gaylor. And Laughing in Rhythm is such a funny song. I really got to incorporate that into my book. Because it's just hilarious. Those people were hilarious. And what I'm doing is in its own way similar to what they were doing. Yikes. All these lovely people. I can't see. I'm going to stop in a minute and go through it and bore everybody to death. Something's rattling down there. I don't like it. My bass bow has gotten loose. Yeah, that's what it was. This I write songs about what happened to me. A lot of them are like, for instance, I'm going to try to write a song about the subject I just mentioned that I've already forgotten. Anyway, I'll remember it. I'll watch the tape. This next one came because I was pulled into a parking lot. Well, it's self-explanatory, but it's real. This actually happened to me. I pull into a parking lot. I take my bass out of the car and oh so gently lay it on the ground. The parking lot attendant calls out. I go over to him. I pull into a parking lot. Damn. If I don't think about it, they come right out. I pull into a parking lot. Take my bass out of the car and oh so gently lay it on the ground. I wait for the attendant. In the meanwhile, pet the friendly German shepherd that is sniffing all around. The parking lot attendant calls out. I go over to him, but I see a funny look upon his face. He's trying to be nonchalant as behind my back, his friendly German shepherd's peeing on my bass. I turn around, I see the hound, I'm simply flabbergasted by this is a disgrace. Unless, of course, it is a message from the gods of cosmic commentary on the way I play the bass. But then I realized this is no accident. This is a message. It's a sign. The strange event was only meant to indicate that happiness, good luck, and good fortune would be mine. The gods have sought for years and years to find the perfect person, and now the search is done. And this divinely inspired German Shepherd has sniffed around and sniffed around till finally he has found the chosen one. I really do believe it. It helps me feel much better. Helps to lessen my dismay. But the simple fact is that a German Shepherd peed upon my butt. The simple fact is that a German Shepherd peed upon my butt. The simple fact is that a German Shepherd peed upon my face. This must be my lucky day. I hear you. I hear you clapping. I hear it. Oh, overwhelming. Overwhelming. If anybody remembers what I said I was going to write a song about, it's distracting me. It was a very good idea. But the stream of flow of consciousness and all that kind of stuff, you know how it works out. So here we are. Here's the Steve Gelfand. Hi, Steve. Julie. Look at all these lovely people. Let's see here's what we're here on. I'm going to take a look over at, I know what I'll do. Bring it up like this. Just a second. Let me check and see what's going on the tube. Front row center. It was working. I am here, you goofball. Wait a minute. Now, that's not how we talk to the presenter of the show. You goofball. Maybe it is. I guess that is how you talk to the presenter of the show. Bo Leonhart. Oh, thank you, Bowie. Thanks. My sister, my loyal sister on the West Coast, sent me a whole bunch of claps. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. You can always count on it. Victoria Cave. Bravo. So good to hear and see you, Jay. Victoria Cave. Oh, she's a good singer. She's a lot of things. The front row. We enjoy hearing the stories behind the songs. What's the record album on top of your couch? Oh, well, wait. It reminds me of that ad that's on Wayfair today where Kelly Clarkson walks into somebody's house and says, what's going on in your couch? What are you doing in your bedroom? What are you doing in this? And I realize everybody's going to know, but I'll tell you, it's now you ask, so don't mind if I wax obnoxious for a while, but it's my son's record. It's actually an LP. I have a couple of LPs too. The Orchestra, Sweet Extracts, Volume 1. This is some orchestra. Oh, it's over here. Sorry. That's Michael. He and Carolyn both play for Steely Dan. Among other things, that's one of the things they did. I wrote a song about it once, or tried to write a song. But I'm sitting here, the kids are asking me if I ever played with Steely Dan when they were young. And I said, no, they never asked me to play. Look at my records over there. See all my records? And then about 15 years later, they're both with Steely Dan, which was my favorite band. Hi, Jason. Jason Marshall is watching. Replying to Kenny. Hey, brother. People get to talking to each other on this. They're not listening. But that's okay. You don't have to. Just as long as we're communicating with each other these days. The front row center, I'm watching both. How about you? I'm not. I'm trying to. Oh, they're talking to each other too. This doesn't involve me. This conversation on the screen doesn't involve. Bill Crow. Hi again, Jay. Bill Crow. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in the company of Mr. Bill Crow, who is one of the great jazz bassists, and great people in this world. Everybody know Bill Crow used to play with Jerry Mulligan and Art Farmer and Don Bailey, I think it was. Don, who was the drummer? He'll tell me. Anyway, he's a great bass player, and he played a lot of records, but that stuff he did with Mulligan was the most visible work that he did. And Bill's still playing. He's still taking a bass and an amp, I believe, to gigs. Is that correct? Dear. What a brilliant IG. I'm in the UK. Look, it's 11:25 and I'll be watching you every night. Who sleeps anymore? Bruce Vanasuta. We're listening and loving it. Well, thank you, Bruce. That's very sweet. There's a lot of people here. Christopher Smith, Michelle Pearl, Michelle Mobley is watching again. Victoria K. Bravo, Victor. I already gave you your shout. Randy Porter. Hi, Randy. Hi, Joe Sarver. Oh, wow. Share broadcast. You don't have any viewers. I certainly do. Don't put that stuff with me. Share broadcast. All right, I'll put one down there. They're all invited. Oh, what are you doing to me? Am I going to have to turn you off? Facebook decides, you're not doing this right. You need to invite people. Well, I invited them all. That's why they're here. Mr. Book, who's that? Who's Facebook? That's that guy. They're not paying attention anymore to their product, I don't think. Hi, Val. Val, my sister Valerie is making videos for a company in Baltimore. I forget what she called it. Something about the dock or something. I forget. And she gets paid to do her videos. I do mine for free. But it's more fun this way because then I can say anything I want. I was thinking I wrote a song, which I'm going to do sometime later this week, about it's got it has the word penis in it, but that's it. That's the only word. And it's not, what do they call it? It's not done for prurient interest. I think that's what it is. It's a song about a man in Baltimore who carved a penis out of a potato. And I happened to find this out because I was working in Baltimore. These two guys were standing at a bar talking about it, and he had headlines from all the papers because he threw it out and somebody found it and they thought it was real. Well, how could I resist writing a song about it? But I dare not do it tonight. I'm going to have to practice it. And it's really not a bad. It's really a funny song. It's the funniest song I ever wrote. That's somehow I thought about it earlier. Actually, I thought about it when I was singing one of those earlier songs. So let's say let's look at it. Song here. Oh, I had a request for two things. As I say as I say in my advertising, I had a request, but I'm going to keep playing anyway. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Because all you need to do is just turn off the thing. That's the sensible thing to do. Before you write that angry review, just turn it off. Go do something else. I have to get this. I'm just trying to make some room for myself here. And I didn't do it right. I'm going to get this little box out of here. Excuse me. My office is also a storage room for half of New York. This song was requested again last night, and I must do it. I must do my requests. They're coming to get me. I better explain this song first. Renzi, my friend Mike Renzi, used to go out into Central Park and watch and look for UFOs. And I said, you're not even questioning whether they're there, you're actually looking for them. And that would be, yes, he's looking for them. So I thought about it for a while, and I wrote him this song. They're coming to get me. The signs are very clear. They're coming to get me. The time is very near. 2 weeks ago I saw them leaving Venus, and there's only 50 million miles between us. The signs are very clear, they'll soon be here, and they're coming to get me. They're coming to get me. There's no need for alarm. They're coming to get me. They will cause no harm. Listen, you can hear the cosmic clatter of neutron engines spewing antimatter. I can hear them in my room. I first heard them in the womb, and they're coming to get me. They first came for me when I was small. My parents did not understand at all. I wished to go, but they would not let me, and that upset me. It upset me. They're coming to get me. Take me to their land. They're coming to get me. I hope you'll understand. They want to do experiments in breeding. Some genes and human chromosomes they're needing. Don't be shocked when I have disappeared. I volunteered, and they're coming to get me. It's 4 a.m. I'm outside on the lawn, waiting for the ships to come at dawn. I know you think I'm overzealous, but you're just jealous, and they're coming to get me. They're coming to get me. Yes, they're coming to get me. So I did that for Renzi. That's fun to play. See what I'm trying to get it right here. Okay. That song I've been doing for years and years, and it's a lot of fun to play on. The band always enjoys playing on it. So it gets with the big group, it becomes quite a production. Oh yes, I had a request for this. After what, I will sit down after this song, and if you have any requests, I will see if I can remember them. I sang this song, wrote this song because I was working at the Village Gate many years ago, when there was a Village Gate. Now it's just the CVS at McDougal and Bleecker Street. But I used to work there with Herman Foster. Mostly who I worked with. But one night, among our many hundreds that we worked there, the audience was loud and noisy, and the waitresses were making more noise than the audience. There were food fights. People were drunk. It was a really ridiculous night. So I went out into what was then the terrace of the Village Gate and wrote the following selection. I think I'm going to change my occupation. Think I'm going to find me something new. Change my occupation, find another situation. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm getting sick and tired of hanging out in jazz joints. Smoky little dives on Bleecker Street, where the crowd is tough and noisy, full of rowdies from New Jersey. I got to stop and tell you what happens is, I'm used to playing with the band so much that when I stop and listen to it, I said, is that really how this song goes? Was that the next lyric? And I stopped myself. Yes, that's how it goes. You just don't have all the rigmarole going around you. You don't have Tomoko playing these beautiful chords and Vito laying down such a nice time that I don't have to think about anything. But now by myself, I'm thinking, is that really the lyric of this song? Instead of just bashing it on. I think I'm going to change my occupation. I think I'm going to find me something new. Change my occupation, find another situation. That's what I'm going to do. I'm getting sick and tired of hanging out in jazz joints. Smoky little dives on Bleecker Street, where the crowd is tough and noisy, full of rowdies from New Jersey. Drunken sailors AWOL from the fleet. I'm going to take my bass and sell 'em. Take everybody, tell 'em I have had it, I'm finished, I'm through. The scene is too chaotic, I'm getting too neurotic. The redeeming social values are too few. Change my occupation. I think I paid sufficient dues. Don't know if I can make it, don't know if I can take it. Through another chorus of the blues. Ba-ba-da-da-da, I'm gonna find me something new. am a Mr. Constant Mayhem in a little dive filled up with smoke. You get home as a rule just as the kids depart for school. You wander through life burnt out to be broke. Yes, I think I'm going to change my occupation. I think I've paid sufficient dues. You want the folks to love you, they just push and shove you. You'd like them to adore you, but mostly they just ignore you. Don't know if I can take it, don't know if I can make it. Through another chorus of the blues. I think I'm going to find me something new. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Fine. No. Now is particularly not a good time to go looking for some other line of work. Any line of work. This is the best line of work I know. Just play the bass, sing those damn songs you wrote, say hello to your friends. I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm going to retire January 1st, 2051. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay, you know, I was thinking, I ordered for the Facebookers. I ordered a beautiful tripod to hold this thing. It'll be showing up any day. Your view is going to get so much better in a few weeks. Hiya, Marla. Valerie Leonhart Smarkin. Hi. Bob Albanese. Oh, Bob. We love you, Bob. You're not the forgotten man. Let's see who else is down there. Chris Payson, how are you? Kenny Rampton. Oh, Kenny Rampton reminds me of Kenny Rogers, who I believe died yesterday. I was in the 70s. Was it Kenny Rogers? And what was his first success? Was Kenny Rogers in the Fifth Dimension? I forget what the first group he had. He had a very successful group there for a minute, and then he fell off the charts. And I went out to Harrah's at Lake Tahoe with Liza Minnelli, and in the lounge playing solo acoustic guitar and singing songs was Kenny Rogers. I mean, it had to be a good gig for him, but he probably just needed the money and didn't have a band or anything. He was just sitting there on a stage playing his guitar, singing the songs with a tiny audience. And then he turned around and had his most successful years a couple of years later. And I had seen him just when he was just hanging in there playing. So that has always been sort of an inspiration to me. Just keep at it. Just keep doing it. You never know what's going to happen. Besides, if you like to do it, do it. And that's the whole name of the game. That's the whole name of the game. Gary Capuccio, well, you tuned in the other day. Jason Marshall. Hey, Jason Marshall. Hey, brother. How you doing? Oh, we're replying to Kenny, not replying to me. See, people talk to each other. I should just get out of the way and let them talk to each other. They probably haven't seen each other. Bilka, Dave. Wait a minute. I think people are talking to her. I think, Janine, you're late. You've missed the best part of the show. My agent on the West Coast, Janine Frank. By the way, if any of you wish to book me, you'll want to call Janine Frank. Call me and tell me to give her a number. Yes, Facebook seems to be back now. Facebook seems to be back now. Don't you have a beautiful song about being a young boy in Catholic school, or am I dreaming? He really was a most God-fearing boy who sought and never found his share of joy. He knew his catechism well, and he feared the pains of hell. I'm going to have to put that on my list for tomorrow because I don't want to screw it up. I'm getting tired of screwing up my own songs. Let me just get a pencil here and write on it. Oh, yes. I want to write. I got my homework for tomorrow. I want to do whatever the name of that song is. God-fearing boy. God-fearing boy and Mr. Potato Head, about the man who carved the male organ out of a sweet potato. And he was a very good, the people thought it was real. It's a funny song. And it's real. It happened. Look it up. Mr. Potato Head or Potato Penis or something like that up on Google it. You'll see it. It happened in Baltimore maybe 15, 20 years ago or something like that. And I'm gonna have to learn that song tomorrow because I can do it on my own stinking channel. And I put down this channel's not for kids. I mean, you know, there's no kids out there on it. Dave Bailey, thank you. Dave Bailey, Jerry Billy just reminded me. Dave Bailey, who did I say? Yeah, boy, that was a good group. Wow. Go out and, yes. Now, I'm not going to read all the comments. I'm not reading them. Look forward to tomorrow. Also, customs, well, Janine, and email me to bookj. Oh, yeah, there it is. There you go. Now we're cooking. And sometime in the next 15 years, we'll be free to travel out and do a show for you. And we'll have an imaginary show. What we'll do is we'll have private shows. That's what we'll do. Where we just do a private show for people. And we talk about them and nobody else can see it. That's the idea. This message is held for review. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That message was held. Somebody mentioned breasts on the review because all he saw was breasts. It really was the most confusing, but yes, it's part of that song. And it's a very good song. It is nothing. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Disrespectful of it. But YouTube put a little thing in there. Oh, we see the word breasts. This message is held for review. So, Mr. Silvertip, see what you've done. They're being very careful now. They're being very careful. So, but they're not listening to my songs. I could probably sing anything I wanted to get away with it. But I don't need to sing anything I want. Can't wait to hear the Mr. Potato Head song. See, oh my God, we're all gonna be in trouble. No, it's not a bad song. It's a good one. And but they saw the word breasts in the computer saw the word breasts and they went, oh no. Okay, fine. But I wonder if you wrote penis, would they do the same thing? Somebody send a message on YouTube, just say penis, and let me see if they hold it for review. If you would, I just want to see if they're going to be equal opportunity offenders. So I'm going to try, it's okay with me. I'll be off the air and I'll have to go to one of my other channels. No, I won't be off the air. They won't do that to me. We're not doing anything wrong here. We're not inciting a riot. We're singing songs and about life. You know, it is life. Anyhow, I don't worry about it. They'll go, only your computer was affected. Mine showed the word breasts, Bill says. Well, look at that. So I'm the one to be in trouble. Let me see. I'm going to get Judge Judy. I'm going to take YouTube onto Judge Judy, and we'll sue them for, I don't know, $1 billion. That would probably do it. That they cut me off because somebody. Oh, that's a good case. I like that case. That's a good idea. Okay. Anyway, only your computer was affected. Mine showed the word breast. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you have a much more liberal computer than I do, Bill. My computer's from 1971, and it's touch about all kinds of subjects. All right. Oh boy, must be some wonderful song I could play in that. Yes. I'll see how they feel about this song. See, because I played, when I first came to New York, I played in the Playboy Club. I was 20, I just turned 21. Yeah, I just turned 21. I was from Baltimore, and I didn't know anything. Who at 21 knows anything? Excuse me, all you 21-year-olds, I'm sure I'm wrong. But I didn't know anything at 21, much. And there I was working in the Playboy Club with all the bunnies. And they were not overclad, let's put it that way. And it really was difficult for me. I'm trying to do my job, and all these really lovely young ladies. And I was like, oh, and of course the policy was you don't date them, you don't talk to them, you don't look at them, you don't think about them, nothing. Okay, fine. So finally, after 2 years of playing in the Playboy Club, they put me in a little handbasket and just dropped me outside on the sidewalk on 59th Street and said, go home, young man, come back later after you've grown up. And I listened to them carefully and wrote a song about it. Let me see, I'm stuck on something. Playboy Club in New York City, 1962. 62. Just moved up from Baltimore. 1962. Playboy Club in New York City, 1961. Just moved on. Playboy Club in New York City, 1962. Finally living in here. That's it. Playboy Club in New York City, 1962. Finally living in New York, it's my dream come true. Just moved up from Baltimore, just turned 21. My life has finally begun. The Playboy Club is full of bunnies, hopping around all night. Young ladies dressed as bunny rabbits, fluffy tails so white. Their costumes so revealing that no secrets do remain. You play the bass, you slowly go insane. Life around the rabbits ain't as funny as it seems. Soon I find I'm talking to Bugs Bunny in my dreams. All those pretty creatures so close yet so far away. Life gets more confusing day by day. The pressure keeps on building in me as the nights go by. Soon I cannot even look a rabbit in the eye. So I go to a shrinker and start spilling out my guts. He says, son, I think you're going nuts. Playboy Club. He says you need to change your scenery. The Grand Canyon would be nice, with someplace far away from bunnies, drinks, and tinkling ice. There's got to be a better place where you God only knows. Someplace where the waitresses wear clothes. Tell no one your problem, just pack your bass and quit. Zip that case around the base, pick it up and split. So I told the leader of the band I simply had to go. Packed my car and drove to Mexico. Whoa, 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 whoa. Filled my brain with desert sand, then drove up to Pikes Peak. I discovered the Grand Canyon, so I hung out for a week. I wandered around the painted desert and watched the cactus grow. Headed south to Mexico. Playboy Club in New York City, 1962. Finally living in New York, it's my dream come true. Just moved up from Baltimore, just turned 21. My life has finally begun. My life has finally begun. My life has finally begun. That's a hard stretch at this age. What do you think, Bill? Fifths. There it is. Punch that in. Wow. Okay. I do exercises now. I work out now. And one exercise is I lift a 20-pound weight up like this 15 times. And that's to strengthen the shoulder. So when you want to go here, you're not afraid to go, and hold it up for an hour. You can. So that's a pretty good idea. Anyway, that's the Playboy Club. And oh my gracious, wait, only 8 minutes to go, and I've got so much to talk about. I don't know if I did this one yet. Yes, I did. I think I did the first show. But I'm doing it again tonight because someone out there said they wanted to hear it. Besides, I like thinking about it. And I like these songs because it reminds me of stuff I like to think about. I wrote them because I like to think about it. That's what it is. This song was written because when I was young, when I was very young, when my brother and I was 12, my brother was 15. My brother Bill, who may or may not be watching, I don't think he is. He's not much of a technophobe. He lives out in Ashland, Oregon, and he's just like me. He's just trying to stay alive, man. He's trying to stay alive with all them germs floating around here. Mayor, what was it? Governor Cuomo said that between 40% to 80% of the population will get it. Oh, really? Yeah, okay. You know, I bought one of those inhalers, those asthma inhalers. I forget what they call it. It's a little machine that pumps that stuff up. It works. It works for people who have had asthma. I have had a little asthma. My brother has real asthma. He can tell you about asthma. I don't know anything about it compared to him. But and he does an inhaler. It's my daughter told me what the name of it was. I forgot the name of it already, and I ordered it this morning. It's a pump that pumps the medicine right up into a face mask into your lungs, and it clears your lungs, and it's very good. I wouldn't be surprised. It might be very useful these days if you happen to pick up, say some disease that's currently having a good time. Big deal. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. Totally forgot. I have no idea what I was going to say. On the slightest idea what I was going to close with. Let me go look at this again and see what I had in mind. I don't know. I don't know. I have two lists. One is a list of real current songs I do, and one is along some stuff I really should think about. Society music. Now there's a song. I'm going to do society music. I'm going to rehearse that tomorrow too, because that's fun. It's about playing in a society band. All right, I'll do this song because it's no parking in New York is no longer a problem. My car's parked right outside my window here. It'll be good for a week. Nobody's going anywhere. But I wrote this song about the parking situation in New York. It's a challenge, it's a feat, but a responsibility we meet. Something that New Yorkers must see through. It's a drag, it's a pain, but a fact of life so very plain. Something that we simply have to do. As the garbage must be schlepped, so the streets they must be swept. From the west side to the FDR. So at the crack of dawn, the alarm clock switches on. You get up, get dressed, go down and move the car. Every morning at 8 o'clock, every auto on the block must vacate the chosen side. And the sweeper passes by, the dirt and dust do fly. We sit and watch and nearly burst with civic pride. Oh, you've double parked your car, and you must not wander far. Cause someone who you're blocking in may find he must get out. Get out. And they go, and then out. And then they hate you. And they quickly come to hate you. I don't remember what the word is. Something about it, get out. And they really come to hate you if you don't move the car. And of course, you're better off by far if you do not own a car. Just take a taxi, limousine, or rent a hearse. And if you're fearless in the brain, you'll take the subway train. Just hold on to your bag, your money, your wallet, and your purse. Oh, our whole lives we're spending in this ritual unending. Because we're New Yorkers to the core. Every morning, bleary-eyed, move our cars from side to side, as we will forevermore. To our cars we gaily prance, just to do the daily dance, as we will forevermore. There's a little line in that song I forgot. And if they can't, they quick come to hate you. And if they can't, they quit them. Too bad. Been singing that song a lot recently, but just forgot it. And if they do, you better find your own. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll have it for tomorrow. Well, listen, folks. I'm going to, let me see, Bo Leonhart, thank you for the applause. So she clapped again. Okay, folks, listen, it's a pleasure. I'm going to rehearse some new songs tomorrow. So I've got my project for tomorrow. Rehearse some new songs. Find out what that line missing in this song, last one, was. And if they cannot, I'm going to hate you. I don't know what it was. I'm going to take a look at this and see what's happening here. Gene Frank says, "Boy, retracted messages. Is this the home? This is a home concert or the Mueller report?" She's angry. People are angry because of a little bit of censorship. No trouble. Let me see. So, Jeanine and I said breasts and nearly crashed the system. Oh my heavens! Thanks, Jay. We need to talk about the Playboy Club. Did you work there, Bill? Did you work at the Playboy Club? I worked there with Mike Longo, who has COVID-19 right now. Unfortunately, I believe he's up in Columbia Presbyterian. And Jimmy Young. Anyway, folks, it's great to see you. Did I miss anybody's message? Janine and I said breast nearly crashed the system, right? I'm sure you did. Yeah, oh, being a young Catholic boy, or am I dreaming? No, I have that song, and I'll get it for tomorrow night. All right, you all. Thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow, and invite your friends. Thank you. Bye-bye. Are you sure you want to set your system yet? End. All right.